What up, rugby fanatics? Welcome to my page. I got a question for us, all of us American rugby fans. What is America's style of rugby? It's a serious question. We all know about Fiji, how they play with the ball, quick offhand, go backwards to go forwards, erratic with structure. It's the best way I can put it. New Zealand, precision and power. England, technical style. French flair. What's America's style of rugby? I have to ask this because after us losing, giving up 100 points plus to New Zealand, who is the best in the world, and maybe not. In the world of rugby, it's starting to find more parity. New Zealand is starting to lose more games. They're not going on these wild, 20-game winning streaks and things. Where does America fit into this? There was always this idea that MLR would be the next step in our progression. It would lead us to...
Bruh.
I don't know what it'll lead us to be honest. I would assume that the MLR would help build homegrown talent. But the MLR is a business. Its job is to make money. The only way for us to exist is to make money. The team that won last year, Guiltinis, they were led by foreign players who were on the back end of their career. What about us, though? What about the player born and raised in New Jersey? Does he have a shot to make it to the MLR, find a home, week in, week out, year to year? I don't think so. I think as long as the MLR will exist, its job is going to be to bring in the funds. It's just a casualty of capitalism. Every sports league needs to make money. But that begs the question, what is America's style of rugby? Still haven't figured this out. It seems as though we're carbon copies of every other country, where we try to take a piece from over here, try to take a piece from over here. But does that make us better? I guess the one way I think of it is when I was in my infancy as a rugby player, I just remember being told no a bunch of times on how I played. Don't do too much left and right running. Make sure you passing the ball with two hands. Make sure you doing this and doing that. And I find myself watching New Zealand doing all the same things that I was told not to do when I first started. They will break left and run across your face if they need to get through a line. They will pass the ball with one hand, flick it away quickly. When I was doing it, I can see why it was a problem, especially if you're not solid in fundamentals. But even as I began to become solid in fundamentals, those were all things I was told that was taboo. Quick story. Right after my college years was over, I was in between teams, living in Michigan, and I was working out every day. I would go to these fields at the college I played at, and I would do this kick chase, where I would kick the ball as far as I can, do a sprint, pick the ball up, finish the sprint, score a try. A little bit of conditioning, getting back into kicking the ball right. But most importantly, the main thing that I was focusing on was picking the ball up with speed. Fundamentally, you taught one leg on each side of the ball, lower your trunk, two hands on the ball, tight to the body, take it away. But I've been watching highlights of Brian O'Driscoll and all these guys. I said, they're not really slowing down when it's time to pick up the ball, mainly because, the world is barreling down on you. So I practiced this one-hand pickup. I got it down with either hand, left and right, where while running full speed, I can scoop the ball up with one hand and keep it going. No slowdown, no breaking speed. End up getting a chance to play for a very prestigious rugby team here in America. For the sake of time, I won't name no names. First day of practice, someone drops the ball on a hit up. Ball lands right in front of me. I burst onto it without slowing down, pick it up with one hand, and I'm gone. It was people who was coming to recover who, because I didn't have to slow down to pick the ball up, didn't have a chance to get me. Off to the races, right? Now, this is a small area drill, so basically I just ran out of the drill area. And, the next person who was chasing me didn't really have a shot. It'd have been a foot race. I turn around. One of the guys on the team, like, hey, that was nice, good pickup. The coach walks right up to me and says, if you pick the ball up like that in a game, you're going to be sitting on the bench. It's my first day of practice with this team. First day of practice.
Bruh.
What is America's style of rugby? What is America's way? If we're not forward thinking, not trying to get to the next step, the next progression, what exactly are we doing? Because we're already behind. we can say this, we're already behind. We're not qualifying right away first off for World Cups anymore. We never really place in the top third, 1, 2, or 3 in our pool to automatically make the next Rugby World Cup. We're losing to Uruguay by 10 plus points, right? We now had to play a Chile team who ain't scared of nobody. They here. They ready to go. What is our style of rugby? Hit the comments. Hit the like button. Tell me what you think. What is America's style of rugby? Or are we just a Frankenstein creation of how England, Wales, New Zealand, Australia plays rugby?